Yeah, no, we should. I definitely think this is an important issue. Like hate online, it's basically what is it? It's like social media bullying,
It
isn't
is
it?
brilliant. It is brilliant.
It's stuff that can escalate into like hate crimes. Obviously, we've seen cases of stalking. We've seen cases of like attacks, like people assaulting people, people robbing people, people even going so far as to like plot dangerous things against people. Like
exactly,
it's just, and
exactly,
it's just like,
exactly.
and to what end and why? Like, is it worth it? What, because you disagree with an opinion they have, or you don't like something that they do? Like, so what? Nobody told you to give them the time. Nobody told you to invest your time into hating something that somebody does. Like, just move on, find something that interests you. There's no need to, there's just no need. Like speaking from experience, like bitterness, hate, or like it's just it festers in your soul, and it's just, there is just no happy ending. So just like
So
let it go, let it
Lambs,
go.
yeah, Lambs, yeah. Let's talk about before we obviously get started. Everyone that's watching, welcome to the What Now Show, first episode of 2021. Yeah, yeah. So what? It's your boy Bits and Bobs, and it's
And
my
obviously
co-host. It's Lambs. Hopefully,
Lambs,
you can
it's
catch us both on the terrace as well. Pew, pew, pew. But yeah, like, we're gonna cover stuff on racism, discrimination, and obviously online troll abuse right now. But however, like Lambs, obviously, let's refresh people like how far
and a
you've
bit of
came.
sexism too, bit of sexism
Yes,
too.
sexism too as well. Actually, yeah, 100%. And yes, guys, it's a co-host thing, so this is both our shows. So Lambs, yeah, obviously you're a model, you're a Chelsea
Mm,
fan, okay,
mm,
and you are female. So
mm.
that's quite tough, isn't it? Let's be honest. And obviously, you do your job well, and you hold yourself well in any football conversation. You've obviously outdone me a few times as well, so there's no arguments there. But Lam, why are women getting abuse? Why are women getting abuse on YouTube? Why are women getting abuse on social media? Why?
Oh boy, how much time do you have? I feel like it's a combination of many factors. There's obviously the historical aspect, the generational curse. Like women have always basically been seen as the inferior in a man's world. This is again predominantly a male dominated sport as well,
Mm-hmm.
football. So the fact that females or women can even be seen to have an opinion on it, let alone be part of the game, like have their own league, be able to participate in football conversations, be able to attend matches and participate with the men and exchange the views that they
Mm-hmm.
have about the clubs that they support. Because at the end of the day, what truly matters is that we all have the same love for the game. But unfortunately, there are still these standards where suddenly, even when it comes to having a debate, like guys they can't really seem to keep it about the football, about the conversation. It quickly switches to, oh,
Hundred
something
percent.
hateful, something demeaning insult, because she's a woman and something to do with she doesn't know what she's talking about, come football, etc., etc.
Etc. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and you know the rest. Like it gets like nasty. It gets.
So let me ask you. This is more like not an interview. Obviously, it's our show, but I just want to know, and I want people to hear. Because you are in that category. You're a football fan that is female. And just because you are female, it doesn't matter. But people disregard your opinion. Okay, and
Right.
I'm male, so I will never be able to understand that. So like you say something about football, or a colleague of yours will say something about football, and then you see them or you get trolled. Okay, what does that feel like?
Um, I suppose when I was younger, it probably like hurt me a lot more, but I've always been that person, like even ever since like I was a child. I was never really much of like, don't get me wrong, like I'm still like a female, like I like dressing up and looking nice as much as like any next girl. Do you know what I mean? We all like looking, dressing up and feeling good about ourselves, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But like growing up when I was a child, I was very much like a tomboy kind of child, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah, so I never used to like dress up. I'd always used to wear like tracksuits and just comfortable clothing, have my hair in like one single style. I'd like always like be playing with the boys and like climbing trees and stuff instead of like skipping rope and stuff like that. I was always into sports. I love playing sports as well, and I really liked playing football as well as like watching it as well.
Play football as well?
Yeah, like I did when I was younger.
So
and I played it like up until like my teenage years as well. So like it was something I was very like I was passionate about. I liked it as well. I mean, I wasn't like amazing, but I wasn't like terrible either. So it was okay.
So you went from basically what? Running on the pitch to running down the walkway. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay, I see you.
I went for something, you know, like less damaging to me, because like, as I'm getting older, like the other females that you're playing with and against in the game, like they're not like my size, you know, they're serious, you know. If they come into like slide tackle me, like that's me like gone for like a few months, and who's gonna be like taking me to like college and like work and stuff with crutches? It just wasn't really gonna be feasible for me. So I had to start being smart about what sports I could continue and what I had to kind of give up. But like my love for the game, my love for like watching games, that's never died. That's always been with me as well. So, and to be honest, I have to say, like, even from a young age, like, I've been receiving that kind of hate, that kind of disrespect. You don't know what you're talking about. What's the offside rule? That, you know, that kind of nonsense, literally.
Yeah.
Like,
so why did they come at you? Why did they come at you? Why did they come at you? Like, what do you know about football? Like you don't know 1 + 1 = 2, or 2 + 2 = 4. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so what? Just because I'm female, I don't know what it is. Like, I know people crack those jokes. People crack those jokes as to, what do you know about offside rule? But yeah, if you actually ask the person first, do you know the offside rule? Not what do you know about the offside rule, or who do you support? You know, and then ask an open question, because it annoys me. Lambs, we've got Varsity Plus asking what you do. Should I just say professional model, or what is it?
I don't know. That's a bit of like a loaded question. I do a lot. So I'm a master's student at the moment. So
Come on.
Yeah, I'm studying like drug discovery and toxicology. I also like do this. I do like modeling as well. I'm also kind of involved in like some community like activism stuff. So I'm working on like releasing a website for that organization stuff. So I'll release like more information as that comes along. So yeah.
You're a busy person. You're a busy person.
Busy person. Oh, and I also do like I'm also a private tutor as well. So I tutor like young children, English, maths and science. So yeah, that's what I do. Like keep it busy, especially in this corona environment. You gotta keep it going. You can't really just be doing any one thing, keeping your eggs in one basket. And like that's what life taught me. That's what I basically learned. So
amen to that. So Lambs, yeah. So back to obviously you played football. You were getting told that what you know about him. So like it's obviously it's sexist, okay, and it makes me crazy because I think to myself, like, if you had a girlfriend, okay, if a male, and I'm not speaking for all males, but the males that I know, if you had a partner and she was female or male, whatever, but in this circumstance it's female, right? And you'd want her to like football, right? 100%. You'd want her to watch it so you can watch it together. Now, isn't it sad that when you see people trolling women, that if you ask them if that was your partner or your sister or your mum, Would you allow that to happen? The answer would be no. Why is it we need to make it personal for people to understand, and then to be like, oh yeah, we can't do that? Why do you think that is?
I'm really not too sure. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it comes with, maybe it's like a passion thing, maybe it's an ego thing, maybe it's like a heat of the moment kind of thing. And it's just kind of like, you know, be it male or female, no matter what the situation, if they don't really like what you're saying, then they're just gonna come at you with like a, you know, like a personal attack strictly, and it's just kind of like, whoa, like it's kind of hard to tell. But I do feel like women, it's much more easier for women to kind of receive the difficult end of the stick more so than men do, especially when it comes to discussing football. And I do feel like that does come from you know, societal standards, history, generational curse, etc., that type of thing, where it's just men almost kind of feel like they're entitled to kind of talk down to women like instantly, like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. Like it's the 1940s, for instance, like, oh, you know, like women are like housewives and stuff, they don't have no rights, no jobs, no voting rights, no nothing. Yeah, you come home, oh, why isn't dinner on the table? Oh, sorry, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, woman, be quiet. Do you know what I mean? Like inferiority, superiority complex, that type of thing. So and if you think about it, the 1940s wasn't even really that long ago. So, you know, we're still like trying to break out of that as well. So all of these new things, especially like male dominated professions, male dominated sports, it's a bit difficult. It's harder for kind of men to just be like, women like doing this kind of thing, because if you think about it, how many years ago, 50 odd years ago, it was unheard of. You never, you know, it wasn't a thing. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like, oh my god, it's a thing. It's difficult for people to adjust to something that wasn't, say, normal kind of like when they were growing up, especially the older generation, if you know what I mean. And that older generation, that's kind of what they feed down to their sons, to their grandsons. So mentality wise, they kind of think like, oh, okay, it's okay because my grandfather said so, or you know, that's
exactly
the norm. This is not the norm.
And so now let's fast forward to 2021. Okay, 2021. We still see people like yourself, unfortunately, Anita. There's Mel Melisa from Sabias TV. There's Eleanor from Lily White's TV. There's Kendall. And if I've not mentioned your name, it's not you know what I mean? Like most women, there's the She Devils and so on. Like, I mean, we spoke about this last time, didn't we? We said about hate and, you know, like when we first went on the terrace and stuff. Like, it's I feel like people think women are the easiest targets, but like, I think it's bullying, and obviously it's the sexist part. But do you think the people that do this are jealous, or they just have hate in themselves, or they're just unhappy with their lives and they see people like you do things that they don't have confidence on? I think I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just trying to, you know, dig in to see like, why are you like that? Like, do you know? And also, what's your business? Do you know what I mean? It's a YouTube channel, it's Twitter, it's an app. If you don't like, you said off air, if you don't like what you see, do you know what I mean? Remove it, unfollow. But I keep thinking these people that keep commenting, do follow yourselves and all these people. I mean, why do you think they hate and be evil like that?
Several reasons, I think. Okay, first of all, like this is the first kind of a rule basically. I don't know, maybe a rule that I learned right in therapy, and it's something that I just kind of keep saying to myself, just remind myself every time I feel like somebody's trying to come at me, somebody's trying to break me, somebody's trying to like get a reaction out of me. I'm just kind of like, because I have a problem with, you know, something I say, my opinion, the way I look, the way I dress, the way I carry myself, what I do, etc., etc. The fact that I exist, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, that is, and that's what everybody has to say, especially when people have absolutely no reason, like no legitimate reason to just come at you. Like they just coming at you for no reason. And especially when you know that, okay, I'm actually out here trying to do something good, but this person's coming at me, like, why? Understand that is a they problem. That is a you problem. It's not your problem. It's their problem. It's always going to be their problem. And it stems from some kind of insecurity, some kind of inner hate, self-hate, some kind of trauma, some kind of like a mental disorder, something that they are personally dealing with that they still have not dealt with. So it's easier for them to project their insecurities basically like outwards towards everybody else rather than address it. What problem within themselves? What is happening within you that's making you want to behave like this towards everybody else, that makes you want to project, you know, this hate, this bitterness? And it's just like, okay, yeah, I've got some issues. Like, I'm feeling this type of way because of this. Address your issues, because it's not a way to live. And trust me, you're not going to feel better about it in the long run. Seriously.
Exactly. Amen to that. And I hope people that watch this and watch it back listen to Lambs, because, you know, that's probably one of the best advice. I mean, you can catch Lambs on Chelsea, shout out Monster Stream. You can catch her on the Football Terrace, Midnight Vibes with Elite KJ and Kendall, and also you can catch her here. And obviously you can also catch her on other people's streams like Ads and Gem and so on. And the thing I love about that she's active. You know, you can't stop her. You know, it won't stop, can't stop. My next topic,
like, you know what? I supporting people. I love supporting people. Like, people who are out here like doing good, like they're doing something they're passionate about. I love it. Like, so when people are like asking me, oh, like, do you want to do this? I feel so honored. I'm just like, really? Like, wow, thank you. Like, I would love to. And I respect what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm here to support. Like, you know, let's all glow and grow together.
That makes me happy. It does make me happy. And obviously, you know, the last thing I want to say about the sexist stuff, and obviously we've called the podcast like What Now? So that is my question. What now on the sexist? What would you like to see be done? So for example, you're on social media. I have a profile. My name is John Smith, and I'm like atting you on your comments, under your pictures, calling you this, calling you that. What would you like to see with social media police?
I feel like, first of all, like, if other people are there and they can see it, and you can obviously see that this is a very like unfair, disgusting statement made to somebody like completely unprovoked, then the more people who do stuff like report things and stuff like that, then the more that kind of gets flagged up. So like police, social media, like investigative authorities and bodies and whatever, they can actually like gather their equipment, technology, whatever, and actually do some investigating and digging, track who is this person, like where is it coming from, what's the area, and like basically kind of keep an eye on that activity and stuff. Because obviously if they're those kind of people that consistently are like out here just trolling other people, then action needs to be taken. Because if you think about it, how many suicides have we heard about that have happened because of stuff like reality television, social media, like working hand in hand? It's just it's not okay. It's not okay for people to be made to feel like that low, that they're just thinking that's it. I want to take my life because of few people. And if you actually think about it, it is actually few people. It may look like it's, you know, a couple of thousand people, but it's a couple of thousand people out of millions. Like, not everybody thinks that way, but the way these people can make you feel that kind of way is not okay. And unfortunately it happens. So it needs to, like, people need to do something about it, because at the end of the day we are seeing consequences. Like, the rate of suicide is getting higher and higher and higher, and something needs to be done. Like, this is a concern, this is a worry.
100%. And that's a nice segue to lockdown. I know you're talking about, you said suicide stuff and that, and you know, we are going to get to obviously like the racism in sports and stuff, but I haven't seen and spoke to you, so you know, this is us kicking it, you know. So there's a few things I want to lockdown. How are you finding lockdown, Lambs?
I don't know. It's a bit of like an up and down kind of thing for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like stay productive, and like I love being kept busy. Like, I love having like a million and one things to do, because it's just kind of like, okay, you will never like slow down and just kind of sit there and just be like, okay, what am I gonna
Yeah.
do? And I remember when the first lockdown happened initially, the beginning of the year, I was just kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I was really like sitting idly there, and I just don't like it. I do like to be kept busy. So it's weird, because for the first part, I felt like I was being quite unproductive, but for the second part, I felt like I was much more productive and a lot more determined. So, but I don't know, I do get a bit annoyed here and there, especially with the kind of like restrictions. It's kind of like, oh, okay, you can do this, but oh no, we're going back into this, but then we're going further back into this, then we're going to lift slightly up to this, and it's just kind of like, make up your mind. So having these confusing like restrictions does make it a little bit difficult to plan ahead, because you're not kind of like really too sure like where you can plan. Like for me, like in terms of the modeling and stuff, because of the restrictions, it makes it more difficult to plan shoots and stuff nowadays, because it's just kind of like, okay, well, restrictions, social distancing, like complete lockdown, not many places are open, most studios, most photographers, makeup artists, stylists, etc., some of them are not really working.
Lambs, see when you go platinum, yeah, Lambs, when you go platinum, when you're in Milan, New York, and them, yeah, just remember bits and bobs, you know.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, because I want tickets. Me and my wife will come. We went Milan actually. I took her to Milan for her birthday.
Don't worry, VIP, you guys. The whole
That's what I'm saying.
VIP.
That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what I'm saying. So okay. So after all that, Lambs, yeah, because like in Scotland, it's pretty much lockdown, but people are still doing what they want and stuff. And I mean, if you get caught, you get caught. It is what it is, you know. For me, mentally, it's been good.
I wondered how the Scottish people were dealing with the closure of pubs, because I was like, ooh, when I heard that, I was like, that must be tough.
Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, do you know what? When there's a will, there's a way. I'll tell you that. You know, people have their own, because it's not like London. You know how like the supermarkets or the off-license are 24 hours in London. In Scotland, it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, and yeah, it's tough. But I think, you know, people with families and stuff are okay. Like for me, my wife and our son, it's good. You know, it's really good. You know, I can probably annoy her, which is normal, but and vice versa. But like, it's good. It just reminds you, like, it's weird, isn't it? It takes a pandemic for you to realize what you actually have and what you need to get by. And that's within things, people, and obviously objects. You know, like my wife got me into online shopping one time, ASOS, yeah. And Lambs, I'm the type, yeah. I'd rather just go to the shop. If it doesn't fit, I don't buy it. If it does, I buy it. That's it.
And I knew you were gonna say that. You're the shop guy. You're the shop guy. I knew it.
So
I knew it.
So now ASOS online, I'm like that. Ooh. And then before I know it, the basket's like £100 plus. I'm like, wow. Then I think to myself, where am I going? I'm going from my bedroom to my living room, or from my living room to where I do my work and podcast, or I'm going for a walk. And it's like, you really don't need that. So we done some spring cleaning. Trust me, we done spring cleaning. We got rid of stuff. We decorated and stuff, DIY. What I've noticed is that my wife is really good at DIY and I'm not. So, you know, I just made sure I was her apprentice when it comes to stuff like that. Trust me.
I could have used her help when I was trying to put together that bedside table.
Yeah, listen. Oi, so how is the new move? How is the new move?
Well, I don't know. It's not really so new anymore, because like I've been here for what, like, it's coming up to like 3 months. I've been living at this address, so it's okay actually. Like I do like it. It kind of like, it takes you a while to kind of like, according to the circumstances, the situation, and everything that's going on, it's just kind of like, okay, I need something that's going to fit my budget, but I also need like space, like location, everything that's going to suit like my needs and like what I'm currently doing at the moment as well. So like, do I have enough space? Is it easily accessible to the places I need to go, like when I need to go? Check. Is it within my budget? Check. Are the neighbors, people that I live with, etc., are they okay? Check. So yeah, like sometimes it takes a while. Like before, like a few months prior to that, I was a bit unsettled, kind of like not really too sure like the direction I was kind of going, where I was going to stay, where I was going to live, like how things are going to kind of move forward because of the lockdown and restrictions and stuff like that. And like even with kind of like my previous degree is struggling to find a job and stuff, and kind of like having to do this master's. So I was just kind of thinking, but okay, it's kind of weird how things kind of fall into place, especially we don't really have like direction and stuff. Like with my master's, with like modeling, which I never thought I'd literally be doing, like however many months ago, but suddenly I'm doing that. Like again, being here on like your channel, Monster's channel, Football Terrace, like etc., like being asked to do all of those, I didn't think I'd be doing that either. And like I feel like it's been great. It's been nice to be in touch with like a football community, like with cool people, funny people, do you know what I mean? Like I'm absolutely in love with that Igal song, because literally they play it like the outro of every single like it's the best. It's the honestly, hold tight, Igal. Like he's a character, honestly. But yeah, like it's just been nice, like doing all these things, networking with all these people. Like even when I'm doing the modeling stuff, some of the people that I've been networking with, meeting, getting to know, like seeing how everything's kind of like being done, like the photography, the makeup, the hair, the style, like the angles, the lighting, like a lot of work kind of goes into it. So I do have like a lot of admiration, appreciation for creatives and the creative industry as well. And it's really kind of nice to explore these different avenues, which I've always kind of had an interest and a passion for. Like not only just solely, like my academic pursuits, like other personal like hobbies of mine. Like I love football and stuff. Like seriously, like it makes me laugh when people say like, oh, you don't know what she's talking about. Oh, Shirley wants to get involved in football to, you know, get involved in the conversation. Like I used to go to games, yeah, by myself, and that was when I'd have the best time. Yeah, I'll just be at Stamford Bridge. That's fine. I'm gonna meet some people sitting around me. I'm gonna make friends. We're gonna have fun.
Vibes,
we're
innit? Vibes.
Beers. Yeah, we're gonna knock a few beers back. We're gonna talk about the game. Literally, like, and it was so great. Like, I'd have all of these funny middle-aged old men like buying me drinks and talking to me about the game and just like having banter. It was so funny. Honestly, it was a laugh. And like when Chelsea would score, we'd all just be like, hey! It was great.
Do you know what, yeah? Let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea. I mean, you know, I mean, where do you want to start? Do you want us to talk about finding Werner? Do you want us to talk about Ain't So Super Frank? The love child Mason Mount? Or where would you like to start?
You're loving this.
Lambs, yeah. Lambs, do you know what? Do you know what's so lovely about the fact that we've decided to do it today? We can go top of the league tonight if we win. Lambs, let me repeat that to you, yeah. Manchester United and Ollie can go top of the league tonight. Now, this is how perplexed this football season is. We can go top of the league tonight. Anyway, back to what's your team called? Yeah, Chelsea. So
funny.
What a go on with Chelsea, my love? What a go on?
Well, the next game's against Fulham, right, on Friday, right? So
big game.
There is no excuses because before it was just Ziyech, and even though there was no excuses because everybody else was fit by him, now he's fit, everybody's back, right? So we won against Morecambe, but at the end of the day, it's Morecambe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was disappointed to see that once again he went for a 4-3-3 formation. I was just like, oh, here we go. How surprising of you, Frank. Like, what? A 4-3-3? Goodness, you shocked us with that one. Once again, we don't see Mason Mount being rested for like the next 2 to 3 games at least. Come on, we know he didn't have the best Christmas period, so why not rest him? Clearly he needs it, but no, Mason Mount's playing once again.
Is Mason Mount, listen, people call him, people, yeah. I was watching Stoppage Time TV, yeah, and Mayo, I hope that's Stoppage Time TV. I think it was Mayo Fuad. Mayo Chelsea fan. I think Mayo was like, he said a line like, yo, I think he said something like Mason Mount and Frank Lampard. It's like when your dad gives your son a tenner, like go Tesco's and get a can of beer or something.
He's not wrong. Like he's not wrong.
Like what is that? Is like I know. Listen, you know I'm a football fan anyway, so I've trolled you, but we'll talk. But like Mason Mount seems to be playing all the time.
Yeah,
and I get he's a good player. He's definitely a good player. Obviously, he's a good player. He wouldn't be playing if he wasn't a good player. I just think I don't agree that he's the first name on the team sheet. I keep seeing it everywhere.
He's not a starter.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just like,
a starter. He's not a starter.
I think he's a great squad player. Great squad player at best.
Thank you.
At best.
Do you know what he is? Right? Yeah. And this is literally what I was thinking, especially when I saw our summer transfer. I was like, hey, this is it. Like, okay, Frank is thinking how I think he's thinking, yeah? Mason Mount is that squad player. He's that McTominay for you guys, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That Juan Mata, that squad player, basically, that's somebody that contributes to the team. Comes onto the pitch at like 60, 65 minutes. Maybe the game isn't going so well, injects some pace, some energy, like, gets our midfielders like coming forward again, changes the game up a little bit. But he doesn't start. Why did you get Kai Havertz, who's basically like a similar kind of player, if you're going to just keep on playing Mason Mount? And then in the beginning, I was a bit confused because I was like, sorry, we have a fully fit, very, very quality, young, promising talent in a winger in Callum Hudson-Odoi, who is an actual winger, and you're playing Mason Mount on the wing. Yeah,
I mean, do you know the funny thing is, yeah? Do you know when you play football and the coach's son is in the team and he's captain, he plays wherever he wants, you know them ones where you're just like, oh, you can't say anything because, and like, it's pretty similar because I'm like, you bought Havertz and I don't care if you bought him for what, was it 80+ million or whatever it was, big money.
70 something, 75, 79.
So that's a lot of money, yeah. That's a lot of beer cans from.
I think 70+ add-ons, maybe. Yeah. So,
well, there you go.
I think maybe after a while it'll come up to like almost 90 million euros. Crazy.
So there you go, right?
Crazy money.
So you guys have bought that, and it's like, Mason Mount, the academy, blah blah blah. He's starting to. I'm just thinking, yo, Frank, you're not serious, man. You're not serious at all. You're not serious at all. And then you've got another problem up front.
People forget Mason Mount he was playing for Derby like a year and a bit ago. Remember this, please. Remember this. He was playing for Derby a year and a bit ago, okay? And we're talking Chelsea, yeah? Premier League contenders, Champions League contenders, yeah?
I don't know about the Champions League, but anyway.
At least we're still in it.
We move, man. We move. Keep going. We move.
Good luck.
But yeah, you guys are still in it. All right, cool.
One more round, at least one more round. So.
One more round. It's cool. Do you know what? Yeah, it's cool. You're Champions League contenders. You need to be in it to win it. Yeah. You're in it. Yeah, you got to be in it to win it. So yeah, you're still in it. Okay, cool.
If we get through this round, it's gonna be a miracle. I'm telling you, because I don't see any way. I just don't.
Who did you get? did you get?
Madrid.
Oh yeah, curtains. Good night. Yo, C-Bant says Chelsea gonna win everything. Listen, C-Bants, yeah. If Chelsea win everything, listen, you come back to me and come on my channel, and we can talk about it. If that's the case, if Chelsea even win one trophy this season, yeah, come back to me, bro. Come back to me.
Talking of trophies, because I feel like, yeah, we're co-hosts, yeah, but I feel like I'm getting all of this heat, yeah. So a fourth semi-final loss. Let's talk about it for Ole. No. Come on, let's talk about it. Because again, we have to question him because, okay, fair enough, you're in with a chance of winning the league. It's still early days, yeah. But at the end of the day, with this guy, yeah, we know that he's not consistent. So does he have the mentality? And has this just proved, does he have the mentality to take you guys further? Like, you're in a good position now. Is it not better to kind of get somebody like a good manager in who has that mentality that's going to win you guys trophies? Because he's 4 semi-finals. He's shown he doesn't have the minerals.
So do you know what? I mean, Lam, that's a nice picture in the background there. You know, where did you get it from? That's a nice picture. You know, what's the background? Is that New York?
It's from New York.
Manhattan?
It's the New York skyline, yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, no, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely. Sorry, what was your question again? Or would you like to move on?
Funny.
So do you know what? Yeah?
You know what I said.
I honestly think Man United can win the league. Can is completely different to will. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the fourth semi-final. See, the thing is, yeah. You know the ones
and
we
you
have
know what's crazy? It's easier to win. It's easier to win, a tournament competition than it is to win like a league. Like a league, you need like consistency. He doesn't have that consistency. So like I said, it's early days, but he can easily go on and just like draw 3 games in a row. And then Liverpool win 3 games in a row. Like it can just like that. The tables can turn so easily. Or even Man City. It can happen.
Listen, do you know what? Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, the fourth semi-final hurt me because I had hope. You know, like I'm hopeful. Yes, I am. You know that one, Coach Carter settings. Yeah, but I thought to myself, we just lost another semi-final, and it was like we didn't even play good. It was just like really like, and City weren't even amazing. I don't care, but Kevin De Bruyne basically said, "Bruno, shut up! Don't crack a joke, Bruno. You know what I mean? This is my league," and that hurt me because it was like I'm Bruno FC. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, come on, and I just think Ollie, yeah, there was no progress, and it pains me because I'm like, brother. All you had to do, yeah, was beat this team and you're in a final. Everyone shuts up. You can lose the final, cool, but just get to one. Do you know what I mean? And
but get to a final, yeah. Do you
know what I mean?
And like, one step further. Do you know what I mean? Get a little bit further. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And as much as like I say now, seatbelts on and I'm enjoying the ride, yeah. It pained me because I'm thinking, for Ollie's sake, it would be good to get into a final and just to be like, we could show progress. You know, people can say, "Oh, we never got into the semi, we never got to the final, so you're just where you are," which is cool. And then I think to myself, football is so quick where you forget things. Now, he got knocked out of the Champions League, you know, but then when you have a loss like we did, it brings things back up. Lambs. Do you know what I mean?
How did you feel? Do you know what? How do you like? Let's kind of sum up that Champions League thing, because I feel like as United fans, this is really Ollie's fault because you were in pole position.
Yeah.
Like you were in control of you had to get 1 point from 2 games. 1 point.
Is this what we're doing, Lambs?
1 point. 1 point. That's it. Because I was shocked. I was just thinking, like, I was just like, oh, I hope Man United like get, because obviously I don't like you guys. I was like, I hope they get knocked out of the Champions League. But I was like, they probably won't, because look at the position they're in. Like, it's theirs to throw away. And I couldn't believe it when you threw it away. I was just like, what? Wow, this guy does not have it. He doesn't have it.
I'm sure I was dodging you actually at that time. Actually, I'm sure I was receiving your messages and just be like, yeah, I'm not replying. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out and say it this year. Like, it was. Do you know what? It was like you had 1 point to get from 3 games. Yeah, so that's 3 opportunities. You could have got 1 point to qualify. Now, were we going to win the league, the Champions League? No. However, you need to be in it to win it, okay? And 1 point, it was just like, it just, it's, do you know what I compare it to, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like, are you, like, if your child comes home and it's like, oh, I never got it. What do you mean you never got it? Oh, I needed a point. It's like, it's disbelief. It's like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how is that possible? And it pained me because I was like, we're out of the Champions League because our manager failed to get 1 point from 3 games. Now, that's not even possible on FIFA. Like, even at your Power League, your 7-a-side or your Saturday, Sunday League, you need 1 point to go through. Even tournament football, and it is tournament football. See, oh, you've triggered me now. Like, no, real talk, Lambs. It pissed me off here. Let me not lie to you. Because I'm thinking, what was it? The Tingo Skrrra FC. We had a team named after Red Bull, and we had Paris. Do you know what I mean? Name on it. I'm like, 1 point. No, Lambs. Like, real talk here. You had 1 point from 3 games. Like, a draw. Like, Amsterdam settings. A draw. That's all you needed. And you could even... it pained me, man. Like, it really... I think I went to bed that night. Like,
1 out of 9 points.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
1 out of 9.
I just went to bed. I was just like, this never happened. Wake up, and then I was like, yeah, we're out. And then I thought to myself, okay, I've accepted it. This is what we are. This is what we do. Just put the seatbelt on. I think that's when I came up with a seatbelt on, enjoy the ride. And football is a funny game because we are not the best team in the league by a far stretch. However, we win tonight. We go top of the league by 3 points. Funny old game, this.
It's actually mad. And the thing is, it is that kind of year where you just actually can't call it. You really can't call it. I can't sit here and be like, no, Manchester United, there's no chance they're going to win the league, because as it stands, they have the best chance out of everybody else at the moment. Exactly. You know, and obviously, the only thing I have to question is that obviously, like, other teams, it's because are being inconsistent because of the circumstances. But then, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have the mentality to carry consistently through? It's true, in previous years, Manchester United have kind of shown an affinity to kind of like turn up in the second half of the season. So, you know, rather than the first half. So on paper, it does kind of look a little bit brighter for them. But at the end of the day, what's not to say a team like City isn't going to start continually winning? A team like Liverpool isn't going to start picking up points now that they've got players come back from injury. You just never really know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I don't know, can Arsenal go on a run and start catching up? Like, let's not forget about Tottenham. Like, it's still a bit, do you know what I mean? Listen.
Listen, that circus club, yeah, Arsenal, no. They won 3 games, in fact, 4 out of 4, because if you include the FA Cup game. Come on, they're not a big club anymore. They're not a part of the Big Six anymore. They're not. And I'm not even trolling.
And
they're not.
We let them do what they did to us. And people are still Frank Lampard in.
You guys got touched. You got cut up by Arsenal, like Arsenal, like really. But the thing about Man United and Chelsea, right, is just that Chelsea, certain Chelsea fan, Monster, was saying that we should pray for our rivals because Chelsea were going to do a Mazza. And I'm like, looking at the league table, I'm like, this is interesting. But to sum up on that, yeah, who do you think will win the league? Lambs. I think you're lagging. I think she's lagging. Lambs.
Am I?
Yeah. Okay,
Wait,
I've got you now.
Yeah,
I've got you now.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, sorry about that. Don't know.
No, it's okay.
Sometimes my internet tends to misbehave here and there. Sorry, repeat the question again.
No, I'm saying, who do you think will win the league? On so far, on the evidence shown so far.
On the element shown so far.
Evidence, yeah. On the evidence with the league table, the way people have been playing, and obviously just like the calamities that have been happening. Like, I mean, we got beat 6-1. Liverpool got beat 7-2. You guys got cut open from Arsenal.
Okay.
You know, there's like everyone's dropping points. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at.
This is what I'm saying. So I just, you know, and then even Tottenham, like, let's not forget that West Ham comeback, bro. Like, come on. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's mad.
I still think Man United can win it. I think they can win it.
I would say at the moment, especially if you win the game in hands, like we can't rule you out as like challengers, contenders. But in the end, I think I still don't think if Ollie's still in charge, then I just don't think he has the minerals to like push you guys over the edge. Like there's this level of consistency that like any team, and you even see it like no matter what even in the Premier League and the Championship, there has to be a level of consistency in terms of like points, in terms of getting points. And the thing is, there'll be and even if you don't play good, like you'll still get the win, you'll still like scrape the win, yeah. And Man United have had instances of that where they don't play well but they still scrape the win, right? But then there's still games where they'll probably play well, they'll play all right, and then they'll lose or they'll draw or they'll drop points. So it's just like, what? It doesn't really make sense. So, and again, it goes back to that consistency. It's like if Liverpool and City continue to be inconsistent, I think Manchester United have a real chance. But again, like I just can't call it. If I had to say who's going to win it, I'd still say between City and Liverpool, because there's squad depth, the mentality, the quality, that like they still got it. They're still on paper better than everybody else in the league, to be fair. But can't rule out Man United, can't rule out Tottenham, can't even really rule out Everton, can't even really rule out Leicester, can't
Chelsea.
even really rule out us at the moment. So that's about 5 other teams that I've named. So it's crazy. It's wide open. Like, it's not going to be easy this year. It's gonna be a good one, which is good. I just hope that they can get some fans back in the stadium before the end of the season.
Yeah. Do you know what? It'll be I think that obviously football will win if you can get fans back in, especially before the end of the season. And I think that if see the thing with Ollie, yeah, when he got us third, he bought himself a season. And I think obviously with the Champions League knockout, it's kind of like, okay, cool. But I think that we know he can go on a run, and I think that's the scary things for the rivals, in the sense that we've seen him go on a run before and it's possible to do it again. And if we keep winning and other teams are dropping points, it's possible. But then Chelsea could kickstart, go on a run. City, I think City are going about their business very, very quietly.
I don't know. I really don't know about that. You know, I still think it's Frank Lampard and his tactics and not knowing how to utilize the players he's got at his disposal. And okay, we maybe might win against Fulham, but I don't think it's going to be a convincing win. And then if we come up against, like, again, I'm going to keep on bringing this up because people seem to have forgotten, we have not beaten a top 6 side yet. We have not. Okay.
What's happening at
That's
Chelsea,
not
lad?
title
What's happening
contenders.
at Chelsea?
That's not even top 4 contenders. That's not even top 4 contenders. So again, like, people need to understand, until Frank Lampard can do this, until he can do this, I need him to go, to be honest, because I'm just watching all of this quality of our squad, these players just getting put on the back seat because of this guy. He just not knowing what to do with them.
So for me, it's like, I don't think he's a bad manager. I don't think Ollie's a bad manager. Neither of them are world class. Okay.
I just think they're both out of their depth. Like Manchester United and Chelsea, they're just too big of a club for them. Like, these clubs are associated with like a winning mentality. The fan base is used to winning. Like Chelsea more recently so, but Manchester United, like, generations of just like winning.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I would say if you're going to give a chance to an upcoming manager for like a big club, it would be a Pochettino, not Ollie, especially considering his like track record. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're not going to go for a Pochettino, then you need to go for somebody who's a proven winner. Do you know what I mean? Somebody with that winning mentality, with experience, who knows how to handle a squad of stars like that. I just think the job is too big. Like, what has Frank Lampard won? What has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won? So,
well, Ollie's won a few league titles in the Norway League.
Come on.
I mean, you could say I'm stretching. I'm just telling you facts. That's all.
Is the Norwegian league like on the same level, like anywhere near on the level of the Premier League? Come on.
No, it's not. But all I will say is this: for 2 years in a row, you have the best team. They haven't won it. I don't think they ever won it, or they haven't won it for years and years. And he went there, done his business. He has silverware. Go up on Wikipedia, and he's there with 2 league titles, and I think he's got a couple as well. So I mean, he does have a relegation to his CV, but Cardiff are always going to go down. Frank Lampard had a very good Derby side. He failed to get them promoted. So if you ask me, it's a tie. They both lose. So
that's what I'm saying. I just think they're both out of their depth. Both Chelsea and United, respectively, the clubs are too big for them. That's it. 100%. It's just as simple as. The only thing is, unlike United fans, who obviously have like a big issue with the stubbornness of their board, I know for a fact that if this keeps on carrying on, Roman Abramovich is going to be like, get out.
100%.
Like,
bye-bye.
And we know this. That's why I'm not so worried. That's why I'm not worried, because I'm like, if he keeps on performing back, like, I'd like for him to pick it up. I'd like for us not to fall so far behind in points. But at the end of the day, if he doesn't perform, I know for a fact he's not going to last. He's going to go, because our chairman is not going to stand for it.
100%. But listen, we're supposed to talk about racism and discrimination.
We are, innit? And we just start talking, innit?
But I think it's cool though, because we can do that on Friday.
But not everyday depressing stuff, innit? Sometimes just vibes.
That's what I'm saying. But no, like to everyone that's watching, please make sure you like and subscribe. Yo, Lambs, that was like over 50 minutes, man. Wow.
Yeah, I know, innit? Almost an hour.
Crazy. Yo, Lambs, tell the guys where they can find you. Social media wise,
right? Well, I'm not really too big of a fan of social media. I'm only on like YouTube and Instagram. So my Instagram handle is there on the bottom of the screen. You can find me here on Bits and Bob's channel. You can find me on Monster CFC's channel as well for some live streams of some Chelsea games on Football Terrace Midnight Vibe Show. I've been on GNA TV twice for the Chelsea Ladies show, so maybe I'll be there from time to time as well. So yeah, I'm just hearing about on the YouTube sphere, basically.
Doing our thing. And obviously I am, so what? It's your boy Bits and Bobs. You can catch me on this channel right here. So if you're new, please like and subscribe. And also you can catch me on the terrace. Listen, people, peace and love to you. We will be doing an episode of What Now podcast once a week. 100%. That's a promise me and Lambs have made to each other, and that's our New Year's resolution as well. So trust me, we'll be coming with it.
Let's make that happen. Yeah, Friday. Yeah,
100%.
Stop avoiding me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Lambs has been avoiding me, unfortunately. So I got her today. So yeah, it's good.
Me, okay.
But listen, everyone, make sure you like and subscribe to all the socials and to the channel. And be safe. Obviously, it's okay not to be okay. DMs are open if you need to talk and everything like that. Okay.